Despite Trump praising Karoline Leavitt for being able to handle questions effectively, deliver reporter-destroying answers, what was that specific compliment that he paid her? How did he describe her?
For this, I didn't realize she'd be in the room, but she's on my list. Karoline Leavitt.
She's become a star. It's that face, it's that brain, it's those lips, the way they move like she's a machine gun.
Despite him saying that, despite him saying, what's this?
Should Karoline be replaced?
No. That's up to you, sir.
It'll never happen.
Nobody wants to. I said she does a great job. Thank you. Do you want to elaborate on the
And those lips, they move like a machine gun, right?
Do you want to elaborate?
So despite the machine gun lips, I have to wonder if Leavitt wakes up in the morning and goes, my boss keeps talking about my lips. No. Wakes up in the morning and goes, are you kidding me? Trump just did this to me again. He just put me again in the position to have to defend logically incomprehensible things that would be impossible to defend. I mean, if you would be honest, it wouldn't be a defense, but you could just honestly answer, but it wouldn't look good for Trump. So no matter what the skill sets are that Trump thinks that Leavitt has, he keeps doing this to her, which is creating a scandal that then she has to do the cleanup for. So I want to show you the most recent example of her trying to explain away Trump's CZ Binance founder pardon, given the new information we have. But this was the first time she tried to speak to that.
Questions on different topics, if you'll
Sure.
indulge me. On the pardon of Changpeng Zhao, and apologies if I'm mispronouncing that name, Binance has significant business interests with World Liberty Financial, the president's family's crypto company. How do you respond to the allegations from Democrats that this is a corrupt act?
I would respond and say the president is exercising his constitutional authority to grant clemency requests. And the president and the White House have a very thorough examination of every pardon request that comes to the president's desk. It is thoroughly reviewed by the White House Counsel Office, and I spoke with our great White House.
Okay, so you know the story, but the guy that Trump pardoned that founded Binance, that engaged in this deal with World Liberty Financial that made Trump a bunch of money, and then after that, Trump pardons him, and he was convicted of money laundering stuff. And then he gets asked in an interview and says, I don't know anything about him despite him pardoning him. And so either he did something really corrupt with what appears to be a pay-for-play, or someone got pardoned and he didn't know about it and didn't know anything about the person who pardoned someone he didn't know anything about. Also a scandal given their autopay obsession. And her first answer is, before that 60 Minutes moment, is Trump and the White House thoroughly assess this pardon request. But then Trump goes out in the interview and goes, I don't know anything about him. That's a lie. But if we go with that premise, then she gets asked again with that new information, and watch her try to answer it.
Karen.
Please do, as you watch, click the subscribe button. It is free. All you got to do is tap the screen where it says subscribe.
The second question, President Trump said to CBS in the 60 Minutes interview that he did not know the Binance founder, which he pardoned. What exactly did he mean for that? I know it costs.
He means he does not know him personally. He means he does not have a personal relationship with this individual. And when it comes to pardons, the White House takes them with the utmost seriousness, and the president
You take them with the utmost seriousness, okay?
Understands the responsibility that he has as president to issue clemency and issue pardons to individuals who are seeking that. That's why we have a very thorough review process here that moves with the Department of Justice and the White House counsel's office. There's a whole team of qualified lawyers who look at every single pardon request that ultimately make their way up to the President of the United States. He's the ultimate final decision maker. And he was very clear when he came into office that he was most interested in looking at pardoning individuals who were abused and used by the Biden department.
So the most incoherent, despite it sounding confident, answer. Wait, Trump said he knows nothing about the guy, and what he meant was that he doesn't know him personally? Really? Well, let's watch the clip.
This year, the president has pardoned or shortened the sentences of more than 1,600 people. The latest pardon was for a cryptocurrency tycoon who is known as CZ. The company CZ founded, Binance, helped boost the profile of the Trump family's crypto firm, World Liberty Financial. He pled guilty in 2023 to violating anti-money laundering laws.
Right.
The government at the time said that CZ had caused significant harm to U.S. national security, essentially by allowing terrorist groups like Hamas to move millions of dollars around. Why did you pardon him?
Okay, are you ready? I don't know who he is. I know he got a 4
I don't know who he is. Does that sound like I don't know him personally? Leavitt. Now, again, I know Trump puts her in a tough position when he says stuff like that, but you don't have to do this job, Karoline.
Are you ready? I don't know who he is. I know he got a 4-month sentence or something like that, and I heard it was a Biden witch hunt.
In 2025, his crypto exchange Binance helped facilitate a $2 billion purchase of World Liberty Financial's stable.
So his statement one is, I don't know who he is. Not, I don't know him personally. I don't know who he is. And Leavitt wants us to believe that he's just saying, I don't know him personally. The second answer is, I don't know anything about this.
Coin. And then you pardoned CZ. How do you address the appearance of pay for play?
Well, here's the thing. I know nothing about it because I'm too busy doing the other.
I know nothing about it. Okay, so let's just come on. Just take some time with me and let's thoroughly vet this like supposedly they do the pardons. Let's watch the answer again.
What exactly did he mean for that? I know it caused
He
a bunch
means
of
he
things.
does not know him personally. He means he does not have a personal relationship with this individual.
So Trump saying, I know nothing about it.
Appearance of pay for play.
Well, here's the thing. I know nothing about it.
I know nothing about it and I don't know who he is. So what's interesting about this is there's so many folds to it, because it's like, if that's true, then you're admitting, and Leavitt can't add any context that makes this not the case, that you pardoned someone that you knew nothing about other than someone said, hey, you should pardon him, which is particularly insane when you've been screaming about Biden pardoning people that he didn't know anything about, which you never proved. And you said that in reference to some people he knew very well, like his family members. And then the second part is, what a crazy way for him to try to lie his way out of what is the truth, which is he does know CZ, and he did do this, at least in part, because of CZ making him a lot of money. In the same press conference, Leavitt got asked about the MRI. The MRI, you didn't tell us about it, but then we learn about it, and then you have ex-White House doctor calls out red flag in Trump health saga. You said it was routine, but then he gets this MRI. What was it for? What prompted it? What symptoms? Is there anything we don't know about? Let's see what Leavitt says.
Why did President Trump get an MRI during his recent visit to Wall Street?
Look, as President Trump said, he would inquire with the physicians. I'll check back on that. But as the physical itself stated, Kristen, and as you all know, because you are all witness to it, every single day the president is in optimal physical health. This was a follow-up appointment, and we provided a detailed readout of that physical. I'm happy to give it to you again, and I can inquire further.
With all due respect, an MRI is a very specific procedure. It's done on a part of the body looking for something specific, so it's not generally part of any kind of routine checkup. And in addition, President Trump has said that he wants to be transparent. He told us to ask the doctors, which we have and have not heard back. Why don't we have more information on this?
As I said, I'll check back for you.
So she wants us to believe, did you hear at the beginning? She said, Trump is inquiring with the physician to figure out why he got an MRI. Oh, really? They said, we need to get you an MRI. And he said, all right, I'll ask why later. And then Leavitt goes, I got to ask the doctors. We don't know. We're just they're doing all these tests and scans, etc. And they had to, I saw some comedian be like, it's a little weird that Trump keeps admitting that sorry, I just thought of it, that he keeps getting brain scans, and then they have him take a cognitive test. And then he takes a brain scan, and they have him take a cognitive test. It's what he makes it sound like, that he keeps getting these scans. They're like, oh gosh, we got to get you a cognitive test. Because he keeps saying that he's acing these, and they're like severe brain problems tests. Then she lies about I don't want to see this. How long? I don't want to hear her more. I really don't. Is there anything fun? Is there anything fun in this? She's calling for the filibuster to get destroyed, so I kind of want that so the Democrats don't use it, but that's what this clip was about. She lies about we're complying with the court orders despite Trump saying that he's not going to comply with the court order on SNAP. Just a bunch of junk like that. You get it.